Step into the vibrant world of pepper gardening. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, peppers offer endless flavor and color. From sweet bell peppers to fiery habaneros, there's a variety for everyone. Get ready to grow, harvest, and enjoy your own pepper bounty right at home. Peppers are more than just a delicious addition to your plate. They're incredibly rewarding plants to grow, offering a multitude of benefits for gardeners of all levels. One of the most appealing aspects of pepper gardening is the sheer variety these plants offer. From the mild sweetness of bell peppers to the fiery heat of habaneros and beyond, there's a pepper out there to suit every palate and culinary preference. Whether you're a fan of stuffing your peppers with savory fillings, adding a touch of spice to your salsas, or drying them to create vibrant pepper flakes, the options are, honestly, virtually endless. Imagine the satisfaction of hand-selecting the perfect pepper varieties to grace your garden, each one chosen for its unique flavor profile, color, and heat level. But the rewards of pepper gardening extend far beyond their culinary versatility. Peppers are relatively low-maintenance plants, especially when provided with the right growing conditions. With proper care, these resilient plants will reward you with an abundant harvest, often producing fruits right up until the first frost. Picture your garden transformed into a colorful tapestry of pepper plants, their branches just loaded with fruits in various stages of ripeness. And let's not forget the sheer beauty these plants bring to your outdoor space. Pepper plants, with their glossy leaves and vibrant fruits, add a touch of visual interest and vibrancy to any garden or patio. Whether grown in colorful containers or nestled among other vegetables in your raised beds, peppers are sure to enhance the aesthetic appeal of your gardening endeavors. The world of peppers is incredibly diverse, with a spectrum of flavors, colors, and heat levels. From sweet bell peppers to fiery ghost peppers, there's a variety for every taste. Bell peppers are mild and versatile, perfect for countless dishes. Jalapenos and poblanos add a gentle kick, while habaneros and ghost peppers bring serious heat. With so many options, the possibilities for culinary creativity are endless. Peppers are sun-loving, warmth-seeking plants that thrive in well-drained soil and a temperate climate. To set the stage for a successful pepper harvest, it's crucial to provide your plants with the optimal growing conditions they crave. Let's explore the key elements of soil, sun, and climate that will help your pepper plants flourish. Peppers prefer a soil pH that's slightly acidic to neutral, ranging from 6.0 to 7.0. Before planting, it's a good idea to conduct a soil test to determine your soil's pH level and make any necessary amendments. Adding compost to your soil is always a beneficial practice, as it improves drainage, adds essential nutrients, and enhances the soil's overall structure. Peppers are heavy feeders, meaning they require a consistent supply of nutrients throughout the growing season. Amending your soil with well-rotted manure or a balanced organic fertilizer before planting will provide your pepper plants with the nutritional boost they need to thrive. When it comes to sunlight, peppers have a simple motto: the more, the merrier. These sun-worshipping plants thrive in locations that receive at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight per day. Ample sunlight is essential for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert light energy into food, ultimately leading to vigorous growth and a bountiful harvest. If you live in a region with particularly hot summers, providing some afternoon shade for your pepper plants can help prevent sun scald, especially during the hottest parts of the day. The journey of 1,000 peppers begins with a single seed, or in our case, a tray of carefully sown pepper seeds. Starting your peppers from seed indoors is a rewarding process that allows you to nurture these plants from their earliest stages, giving them a head start on the growing season. Let's explore the steps involved in transforming tiny seeds into vigorous pepper seedlings ready to grace your garden. Timing is key when it comes to starting pepper seeds indoors. Peppers are warm season crops, meaning they're highly sensitive to frost and prefer soil temperatures above 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 degrees Celsius for optimal germination. Depending on your climate and the last expected frost date in your region, you'll want to start your pepper seeds indoors approximately 6 to 8 weeks before you plan to transplant them outdoors. To begin, gather your seed starting supplies, seed starting mix, seed trays or small pots, a spray bottle for watering, and a warm, well-lit location for your seedlings to grow. Fill your seed trays with the seed starting mix, moistening it evenly. Pepper seeds are relatively small, so plant them about a 1/4 inch deep in the mix, spacing them a couple of inches apart. Once your seeds are sown, cover the trays with a humidity dome or plastic wrap to create a warm, moist environment that promotes germination. Place the trays in a warm location, ideally with a consistent temperature around 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. A seedling heat mat can be helpful for maintaining consistent soil temperatures during the germination process. As your pepper seedlings emerge, shedding their seed coats and stretching their delicate leaves towards the light, it's time to shift your focus to providing them with the optimal conditions for continued growth and development. From providing adequate light and water to gradually acclimating them to outdoor conditions, the steps you take now will lay the foundation for healthy, productive pepper plants. One of the most crucial aspects of caring for pepper seedlings is ensuring they receive ample light. Place your seedlings in a south-facing window that receives at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. If natural light is limited, consider supplementing with artificial grow lights, placed a few inches above the seedlings. Consistent moisture is also essential for healthy seedling growth. Water your seedlings whenever the soil surface feels dry to the touch, using a gentle watering can or a spray bottle to avoid disturbing the delicate roots. Be careful not to overwater, as soggy soil can lead to root rot and other fungal diseases. As your pepper seedlings grow taller and develop stronger root systems, they'll need to be transplanted into larger containers to accommodate their expanding growth. Choose pots that are at least 3 to 4 inches in diameter, filling them with a well-draining potting mix. When transplanting, handle the seedlings gently by their leaves, avoiding contact with the delicate stems. Let's explore the vibrant world of sweet peppers, crisp, colorful, and full of flavor. From classic bell peppers to sweet banana and Italian frying peppers, each variety brings its own unique taste and color. Did you know green bell peppers are just unripe versions of their colorful counterparts? Try Italian frying peppers like Corno di Toro or Jimmy Nardello for a sweet, tender bite. Enjoy sweet peppers fresh, grilled, or stuffed. There's a flavor for everyone. Hold on to your taste buds as we venture into the exhilarating realm of hot peppers, where fiery flavors and intense heat levels reign supreme. From the approachable heat of jalapenos to the scorching intensity of ghost peppers, the world of hot peppers offers a thrilling culinary adventure for those who dare to explore its depths. Imagine the tingling sensation of a perfectly ripe jalapeno, its heat building gradually with each bite, or the fiery explosion of a habanero, its fruity flavor laced with a powerful punch. Jalapenos, those ubiquitous green peppers, hold a special place in the hearts of chili lovers worldwide. Their moderate heat level and versatility make them a staple ingredient in countless cuisines, from Mexican to Tex-Mex and beyond. Whether pickled, stuffed, roasted, or incorporated into salsas and sauces, jalapenos add a delightful kick to a wide range of dishes. For those seeking a more intense heat experience, serrano peppers, with their slender shape and vibrant green or red hues, offer a fiery punch that's sure to awaken your taste buds. Serranos are commonly used in Mexican and Southeast Asian cuisines, adding a fiery kick to salsas, hot sauces, and stir-fries. Venturing further into the realm of extreme heat, we encounter the likes of habaneros, ghost peppers, and Carolina reapers. Habaneros, with their distinctive lantern shape and fruity, citrusy flavor, pack a powerful punch that's not for the faint of heart. Ghost peppers, once considered the world's hottest pepper, deliver an intense, slow-burning heat that's sure to test the limits of even the most seasoned chili heads. With so many pepper varieties, choosing the right ones can feel like a culinary adventure. Consider your climate, growing season, and taste preferences. In cooler regions, choose early maturing peppers for a better harvest. Warmer climates let you try a wider range, including hot varieties. Whether you love sweet or spicy, fresh or pickled, there's a pepper for you. Don't be afraid to experiment. Each season is a chance to discover something new. Healthy soil is the foundation of a thriving pepper patch. Peppers love well-drained, nutrient-rich soil with a slightly acidic to neutral pH, ideally between 6.0 and 7.0. Avoid heavy clay or overly sandy soils, both can harm your plants. Test your soil's pH and amend as needed. Add lime to raise pH, sulfur to lower it. Organic matter is key. Mix in compost or well-rotted manure to improve structure, drainage, and nutrient content. With the right soil, your peppers will reward you with a bountiful harvest. Transforming your soil for peppers is simple. Start with a soil test to check pH and nutrients. Add a 2-3 inch layer of compost and mix it into the top 6-8 inches of soil. Adjust pH if needed. Lime for acidic soil, sulfur for alkaline. For extra nutrients, add bone meal for phosphorus and Epsom salts for magnesium. Follow recommended rates to avoid over-amending. These steps create a nutrient-rich, well-drained environment. Your peppers will thrive with these targeted amendments. For container-grown peppers, the right potting mix is essential. Use 50% high-quality potting soil, 30% compost, 10% perlite or pumice, and 10% worm castings. Mix thoroughly in a large tub, moistening as you go for a damp, not soggy consistency. This blend ensures drainage, aeration, and steady nutrients. Your container peppers will flourish in this custom mix. Prepping your garden bed sets the stage for healthy peppers. Remove all weeds, including roots, to reduce competition. Loosen soil to 12-18 inches deep for better drainage and root growth. Rake the surface level for even planting. Add 2-3 inches of compost and any needed amendments, mixing into the top 6-8 inches. These steps create a weed-free, nutrient-rich bed. Your peppers will have the best possible start. The right container makes all the difference for peppers. Choose pots at least 10-12 inches deep and wide. Larger is better for big varieties. Plastic, terracotta, and fabric grow bags each have pros and cons. Just ensure good drainage. Drill extra holes if needed to prevent soggy soil. With the right pot, your peppers will thrive even in small spaces. Transplant peppers after frost danger passes and soil warms to at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 degrees Celsius. Harden off seedlings by gradually exposing them to outdoor conditions. Handle seedlings gently by the root ball, not the stem, and loosen circling roots. Plant at the same depth as in their containers, firming soil around the base. These steps help your peppers settle in and grow strong. Starting pepper seeds indoors gives them a head start and extends your harvest. Set up seed trays under grow lights in a warm, humid spot. Nurture your seedlings daily. Soon you'll have vigorous plants ready for the garden. Timing is key. Start pepper seeds indoors 6-8 weeks before your last expected frost. Hot peppers need a longer head start. Begin 8-10 weeks ahead. Check your local frost dates to plan accordingly. This ensures strong seedlings ready for transplant. Proper timing leads to a successful pepper harvest. Gather your seed starting essentials. Seed trays with drainage high-quality seed starting, mix a spray bottle and plant markers. Avoid garden soil, it's too heavy and may contain pathogens. Use a spray bottle for gentle watering and label each variety. With the right tools, your seedlings will get the best start. Fill seed trays with moist seed starting mix and press down gently. Sow pepper seeds 1/4 inch deep, spacing them apart. Cover lightly with mix and mist with water. Cover trays with a humidity dome or plastic wrap to trap warmth and moisture. Place in a warm spot, 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 to 27 degrees Celsius, is ideal for germination. With care, your pepper seeds will soon sprout and grow. As your pepper seedlings emerge from the seed-starting mix, reaching for the sky with their delicate cotyledons, the first set of leaves, they'll be craving one thing above all else, and that's light. Light is really the lifeblood of plants, fueling the process of photosynthesis, which allows them to convert light energy into food and grow. Providing your pepper seedlings with adequate light is crucial for their survival and development. Without enough light, your seedlings will become leggy and weak, stretching towards any available light source and becoming more susceptible to diseases. Place your seedling trays in a south-facing window that receives at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. However, relying solely on natural sunlight can be tricky, especially if you live in a region with limited sunlight hours or unpredictable weather patterns. In such cases, supplementing with artificial grow lights is highly recommended. Grow lights provide a consistent and controllable light source that mimics the spectrum of sunlight, ensuring your pepper seedlings receive the light they need to thrive. When using grow lights, position them a few inches above the seedlings, adjusting the height as the plants grow to prevent them from becoming leggy. Keep the lights on for 12 to 16 hours per day, mimicking the natural day-night cycle. Observe your seedlings closely for any signs of light stress like wilting or leaf burn, and adjust the light intensity or duration accordingly. Watering pepper seedlings is a delicate dance between providing enough moisture to support their growth and avoiding the pitfalls of overwatering, which can lead to root rot and other fungal diseases. Mastering this balance is crucial for nurturing healthy, robust pepper seedlings that are ready to thrive in their final growing locations. One of the most common mistakes novice gardeners make when watering seedlings is using a heavy hand. Pepper seedlings have delicate root systems that are easily damaged by excessive watering. Overwatering creates a waterlogged environment that suffocates the roots, depriving them of the oxygen they need to absorb nutrients and grow. The key to watering pepper seedlings successfully is to water deeply but infrequently. Allow the top inch of the seed starting mix to dry out between waterings. This encourages the roots to grow deeper, in search of moisture, creating a stronger, more resilient root system. When watering, use a gentle touch, avoiding a strong stream of water that could dislodge the seedlings or compact the seed starting mix. A spray bottle or a watering can with a fine rose attachment are ideal tools for watering seedlings, as they allow you to distribute water evenly and gently. As your pepper seedlings grow taller and their roots begin to fill their cozy seed-starting cells, it's time to give them a bit more legroom. Transplanting your pepper seedlings into larger containers is a crucial step in their development, providing them with ample space to stretch their roots, access more nutrients, and prepare for their eventual move into the garden or their final containers. The ideal time to transplant your pepper seedlings is when they've developed their first set of true leaves, which will appear after the cotyledons. These true leaves are a sign that your seedlings are growing stronger and their root systems are expanding. Choose containers that are at least 3 to 4 inches in diameter, providing your pepper seedlings with ample space to grow for a few more weeks before they're ready to be transplanted into their final growing locations. Fill the containers with a high-quality potting mix that's well-draining and rich in organic matter. When transplanting your pepper seedlings, handle them with care, as their stems are still delicate and easily damaged. Gently lift the seedlings from their seed-starting cells by their root balls, avoiding contact with the stems. If the roots are circling tightly in the cells, gently loosen them with your fingers before planting them in the larger containers. Imagine spending your entire life in a climate-controlled environment, shielded from the elements, only to be suddenly thrust into the unpredictable world outside. That's essentially what it's like for pepper seedlings when they're moved from the cozy confines of your indoor nursery to the great outdoors. To prevent transplant shock and give your pepper plants the best chance of survival, it's crucial to gradually acclimate them to outdoor conditions through a process called hardening off. Hardening off is like giving your pepper plants a crash course in outdoor living, gradually exposing them to the elements, sunlight, wind, and temperature fluctuations, while still providing them with a safety net. Think of it as a gentle introduction to the realities of the outside world. Begin the hardening off process about 10 to 14 days before you plan to transplant your pepper plants into their final growing locations. Choose a sheltered spot outdoors protected from strong winds and direct sunlight. Start by placing your pepper plants outside for an hour or two each day, gradually increasing the duration of their outdoor excursions over the next week or two. As your pepper plants become more accustomed to outdoor conditions, gradually expose them to more direct sunlight. Start with an hour or two of morning sun, gradually increasing the duration and intensity of sunlight exposure over the next few days. Avoid placing your pepper plants in full sun all day long until they've been hardened off for at least a week. The moment has arrived. After weeks of nurturing your pepper seedlings indoors, it's time to give them their freedom and transplant them into their final growing locations, whether it's a sunny spot in your garden or a spacious container on your patio. This final step in the transplanting process is crucial for ensuring your pepper plants have a strong start and can focus their energy on producing a bountiful harvest of flavorful fruits. Choose a sunny location for your pepper plants that receives at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight per day. Peppers thrive in warmth and need plenty of sunlight to produce their flavorful fruits. If you're planting your peppers in the ground, prepare the soil by loosening it to a depth of 12 to 18 inches and amending it with compost or well-rotted manure. Peppers prefer well-drained soil that's rich in organic matter. Dig planting holes that are slightly larger than the root balls of your pepper plants. Space the holes 18 to 24 inches apart, depending on the mature size of your pepper variety. Gently remove your pepper plants from their containers, being careful not to damage their roots. If the roots are circling tightly in the containers, loosen them gently with your fingers before planting. Place the pepper plants in the planting holes at the same depth they were growing in their containers. Backfill the holes with soil, gently firming it around the base of the plants. Water the plants thoroughly after transplanting to help them settle into their new homes. Planting your pepper seedlings at the right time is crucial for their success, and will set the stage for a bountiful harvest of flavorful fruits. Peppers are warmth-loving plants that thrive in sunny locations with soil temperatures consistently above 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 degrees Celsius. Planting too early, when the soil is still cold and the threat of frost lingers, can stunt their growth or even kill them. The ideal time to plant your pepper seedlings outdoors is typically a few weeks after the last expected frost date in your region. By this time, the soil has had a chance to warm up, and the danger of frost has passed. To determine your last expected frost date, consult with your local agricultural extension office, check online gardening resources for your region, or simply ask fellow gardeners in your area. Before planting, it's a good idea to check the soil temperature using a soil thermometer. Insert the thermometer into the soil about 4 to 6 inches deep, where your pepper plant's roots will be. If the soil temperature is consistently above 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 degrees Celsius for several days in a row, it's a good indication that it's safe to plant your pepper seedlings outdoors. Keep in mind that microclimates within your garden can also influence soil temperature. For example, south-facing slopes tend to warm up faster than north-facing slopes, and areas with good drainage will warm up faster than areas that tend to stay wet. Consider these factors when choosing the perfect spot for your pepper patch. Just like humans, pepper plants need their personal space to thrive. Proper spacing is crucial for ensuring your pepper plants have adequate room to grow, access sunlight, and benefit from good air circulation. Planting your peppers too close together can create a crowded environment that's more susceptible to pests, diseases, and fungal problems. When spacing your pepper plants, consider the mature size of the variety you're growing. Smaller pepper varieties, such as some jalapenos and cayenne peppers, can be spaced closer together, typically about 12 to 18 inches apart. Larger pepper varieties like bell peppers and some poblano varieties may need a bit more elbow room, usually 18 to 24 inches apart. If you're planting your peppers in rows, space the rows 24 to 36 inches apart to allow for easy access for weeding, watering, and harvesting. Adequate spacing between rows also promotes good air circulation, which helps prevent fungal diseases and allows your pepper plants to dry off more quickly after watering or rainfall. When in doubt, err on the side of giving your pepper plants a bit more space. It's much easier to manage a few extra inches between plants than it is to deal with the problems that can arise from overcrowding. With the soil warm and the threat of frost a distant memory, it's time to give your pepper seedlings a new home in the garden. Planting your pepper seedlings properly will set them up for success and ensure they have the best possible start in their new environment. Step 1. Prepare the planting holes. Dig planting holes that are slightly larger than the root balls of your pepper plants. The holes should be deep enough to accommodate the entire root ball without burying the stem of the plant. Peppers prefer to be planted at the same depth they were growing in their containers. Step 2. Add some goodies. Before placing your pepper plants in the planting holes, sprinkle a handful of compost or well-rotted manure into the bottom of each hole. This will provide your pepper plants with a boost of nutrients as they establish their roots in their new home. Step 3. Gently remove and plant. Carefully remove your pepper plants from their containers, being careful not to damage the roots. If the roots are circling tightly in the containers, gently loosen them with your fingers before planting. Place the pepper plants in the planting holes, making sure the top of the root ball is level with the surrounding soil. Step 4. Backfill and water. Backfill the planting holes with soil, gently firming it around the base of the plants to eliminate any air pockets. Water the plants thoroughly after planting to help settle the soil and encourage root establishment. For those with limited garden space or a desire to add a touch of greenery to patios and balconies, container gardening offers a fantastic opportunity to grow your own flavorful peppers. Transplanting pepper seedlings into containers follows a similar process to planting in the ground with a few key considerations. First, choose the right container. Select a container that's at least 10 to 12 inches in diameter and depth for most pepper varieties. Larger containers, such as 5-gallon buckets or half barrels, are excellent choices for larger pepper varieties, or if you want to grow multiple plants in the same container. Make sure your chosen containers have adequate drainage holes to prevent overwatering. Next, let's talk about potting mix perfection. Use a high-quality potting mix that's specifically formulated for containers. These mixes are designed to provide good drainage, aeration, and nutrients for container-grown plants. Avoid using regular garden soil, as it can become too compacted in containers, inhibiting drainage and root growth. When it comes to transplanting time, follow the same timing guidelines as for in-ground planting, transplanting your pepper seedlings into their containers after all danger of frost has passed and the soil is warmed up. For planting depth and spacing, plant your pepper seedlings at the same depth they were growing in their containers, making sure the top of the root ball is level with the surface of the potting mix. If planting multiple pepper plants in the same container, space them according to their mature size, typically 12 to 18 inches apart for smaller varieties and 18 to 24 inches apart for larger varieties. Water is the lifeblood of your pepper plants, essential for transporting nutrients, regulating temperature, and facilitating photosynthesis. Mastering the art of watering your peppers is crucial for their growth, development, and ultimately, the size and flavor of your harvest. Peppers prefer consistently moist soil, but they don't like to have their feet sitting in water. Overwatering can lead to root rot, while underwatering can stunt their growth and cause blossom drop, resulting in a disappointing harvest. The key to watering peppers successfully is to water deeply, but infrequently. Instead of giving your pepper plants a light sprinkle every day, aim to water them thoroughly once or twice a week, allowing the top inch of soil to dry out between waterings. When watering, apply the water directly to the soil at the base of the plant, avoiding wetting the leaves. Wetting the leaves can create a humid environment that's more susceptible to fungal diseases. Soaker hoses and drip irrigation systems are excellent options for delivering water directly to the soil without wetting the foliage. The amount of water your pepper plants need will vary depending on factors such as temperature, humidity, rainfall, and the size and type of container they're growing in. So, yeah, just monitor your pepper plants closely, feeling the soil regularly to gauge its moisture level. Just like humans, pepper plants need a balanced diet to thrive. Fertilizing your pepper plants throughout the growing season provides them with the essential nutrients they need to grow strong, develop healthy foliage, and produce an abundance of flavorful fruits. Peppers are considered heavy feeders, meaning they require a consistent supply of nutrients to support their growth and productivity. The type of fertilizer you choose and the frequency of application will depend on factors such as your soil type, the type of fertilizer you're using, and the overall health of your pepper plants. A good rule of thumb is to fertilize your pepper plants every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the growing season, starting a couple of weeks after transplanting. There are many different types of fertilizers available, each with its pros and cons. Organic fertilizers such as compost, well-rotted manure, and fish emulsion release nutrients slowly into the soil, providing a gentle and sustained source of nourishment for your pepper plants. Synthetic fertilizers, on the other hand, release nutrients more quickly, providing a faster but potentially shorter-lived boost. When applying fertilizer, follow the instructions on the product label carefully. Over-fertilizing can be just as detrimental as under-fertilizing, leading to nutrient imbalances, foliage burn, and even plant death. Adding a layer of mulch around your pepper plants is like tucking them into bed with a cozy blanket. Mulch offers a multitude of benefits for your pepper patch, preserving soil moisture, suppressing weeds, regulating soil temperature, and even adding organic matter to the soil as it breaks down. One of the primary benefits of mulching is its ability to conserve soil moisture. Mulch acts as a barrier, preventing evaporation and keeping the soil cooler and more evenly moist, especially during the hot summer months. This is particularly beneficial for peppers, which prefer consistently moist soil, but are susceptible to stress from drought conditions. Mulch also excels at suppressing weeds, those pesky competitors for nutrients, water, and sunlight. A thick layer of mulch prevents sunlight from reaching weed seeds, inhibiting their germination and reducing the need for time-consuming weeding. In addition to preserving moisture and suppressing weeds, mulch also helps regulate soil temperature, keeping it cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. This is especially beneficial for pepper plants, which are sensitive to extreme temperature fluctuations. There are many different types of mulch available, each with its pros and cons. Organic mulches such as straw, shredded leaves, and wood chips break down over time, adding organic matter to the soil and improving its structure. Inorganic mulches such as black plastic and landscape fabric don't break down as readily, but offer excellent weed suppression and moisture retention. As your pepper plants grow taller and begin to set fruit, they may need a little extra support to prevent them from toppling over, especially if they're laden with a bountiful harvest. Providing support for your pepper plants not only prevents breakage but also improves air circulation, makes harvesting easier, and keeps the fruits clean and off the ground. There are several methods for supporting pepper plants, each with its advantages. Staking involves driving a sturdy stake into the ground next to each pepper plant, and loosely tying the plant to the stake using soft twine or garden tape. As the plant grows taller, you can add additional ties to provide more support. Caging is another popular method for supporting pepper plants. Tomato cages, which are readily available at garden centers, work well for supporting pepper plants. Simply place the cage over the young pepper plant, and the plant will grow up through the cage, providing support as it matures. Other support methods include using trellises, fences, or even just strategically placing rocks or bricks around the base of the plant to provide additional stability. When choosing a support method, consider the mature size and growth habit of your pepper variety. Larger, bushier varieties may benefit from sturdier support structures, while smaller, more compact varieties may only require simple stakes or ties. Peppers are tough, but extreme weather, frost, heat, wind, and heavy rain can still harm them. Protect from frost with blankets or boxes and shade them during heat waves. Plant near fences for wind protection and stake for extra support. For heavy rain, use well-drained soil or raised beds. These simple steps keep your peppers healthy all season. Even with the best of care, pepper plants can sometimes encounter problems. Being able to identify and address common pepper plant issues early on can help prevent minor setbacks from turning into major disasters. So, let's look at a few common issues. First up, blossom end rot. This is a common physiological disorder that affects peppers, tomatoes, and other fruiting vegetables. It's characterized by a dark, sunken, leathery spot on the blossom end of the fruit. Blossom end rot is caused by a calcium deficiency, often brought on by inconsistent watering or fluctuations in soil moisture. Next, there's leaf curled pepper plant leaves can be a sign of several problems, including insect infestations, viral diseases, herbicide damage, or even just environmental stress. Inspect your pepper plants closely to determine the cause of the leaf curl and take appropriate action. When it comes to pest problems, peppers can be susceptible to a variety of pests, including aphids, spider mites, flea beetles, and pepper weevils. Regularly inspect your pepper plants for signs of pest infestations, such as stippling on leaves, webbing, or the presence of insects. And finally, disease dilemmas. Peppers can also be affected by various diseases such as bacterial spot, powdery mildew, and various fungal diseases. Practice good garden hygiene by removing infected plant debris, rotating crops, and avoiding overhead watering to minimize the risk of disease. Extending your pepper harvest beyond the typical growing season is a rewarding endeavor that allows you to enjoy these flavorful fruits for an extended period. Succession planting is a gardening technique that involves making multiple plantings of the same crop at staggered intervals, ensuring a continuous supply of fresh produce. To practice succession planting with peppers, start by selecting pepper varieties with varying maturity dates. Choose some early maturing varieties that will produce fruit quickly, as well as some later maturing varieties that will extend your harvest into the fall. Make your first planting of pepper seedlings outdoors as soon as the soil has warmed up and the danger of frost has passed. Then, every 2 to 3 weeks, plant another batch of pepper seedlings. This will create a staggered harvest, with pepper plants maturing at different times throughout the growing season. You can also extend your pepper harvest by growing them in containers and moving them indoors when the weather turns cold. With a little planning and effort, you can enjoy fresh, homegrown peppers from late spring to fall, or even year-round in some climates. As much as we love our pepper plants, there are often other creatures who find them equally appealing. From tiny aphids to stealthy spider mites, a variety of pests can set their sights on your pepper patch, potentially impacting their growth and productivity. But fear not, intrepid gardener. By familiarizing yourself with these common pepper pests and their telltale signs, you'll be well equipped to protect your plants and ensure a bountiful harvest. One of the most prevalent pepper pests is the aphid, a tiny pear-shaped insect that comes in various colors including green, black, and yellow. Aphids are sapsuckers, meaning they feed on the plant's juices, causing leaves to curl, yellow, and become distorted. You'll often find aphids clustered on the undersides of leaves or on tender new growth. Another common culprit is the spider mite, a minuscule pest that's often difficult to see with the naked eye. Spider mites also feed on plant sap, causing stippling on leaves, a fine webbing on the undersides of leaves, and, eventually, leaf drop. If you suspect spider mites, hold a white sheet of paper under a leaf and gently tap the leaf. If tiny specks that resemble pepper fall onto the paper and start to move, you likely have a spider mite infestation. Pepper weevils are small, grayish-brown beetles that can cause significant damage to pepper plants. Adult weevils feed on leaves and stems, but it's their larvae that pose the greatest threat. Female weevils lay their eggs in developing pepper fruits, and the larvae feed inside the peppers, causing them to become deformed, discolored, and often drop prematurely. Protecting your precious pepper plants from pests doesn't have to involve harsh chemicals. Many effective and environmentally friendly organic pest control methods can keep those unwanted visitors at bay, while safeguarding the health of your plants, the environment, and your family. One of the simplest and most effective organic pest control methods is a strong blast of water. Using a garden hose with a spray nozzle, direct a forceful stream of water at the affected areas of your pepper plants, dislodging aphids, spider mites, and other soft-bodied insects. Repeat this process every few days, especially if you notice a resurgence of pests. Introducing beneficial insects to your garden is like inviting a team of tiny bodyguards to protect your pepper plants. Ladybugs, lacewings, and praying mantises are voracious predators of aphids, spider mites, and other garden pests. You can purchase beneficial insects online or from some garden centers. Once released into your garden, these beneficial insects will get to work patrolling your plants and keeping pest populations in check. Neem oil, derived from the seeds of the neem tree, is a natural insecticide, fungicide, and miticide that's effective against a wide range of pests, including aphids, spider mites, whiteflies, and fungal diseases. Neem oil works by disrupting the life cycle of pests, interfering with their feeding, growth, and reproduction. Mix neem oil with water according to the instructions on the product label and spray it on your pepper plants, ensuring you cover both the tops and undersides of leaves. Just like humans, pepper plants can fall victim to various diseases, some more common than others. Recognizing the signs and symptoms of these ailments early on is crucial for implementing effective control measures and minimizing damage to your pepper patch. Bacterial spot is a common bacterial disease that affects peppers, causing dark, water-soaked spots on leaves, stems, and fruits. As the disease progresses, the spots may enlarge, merge, and develop a yellow halo. Bacterial spot thrives in warm, humid conditions and is often spread by splashing water or infected plant debris. Powdery mildew, as its name suggests, appears as a white, powdery coating on leaves, stems, and sometimes even fruits. This fungal disease is particularly prevalent during periods of high humidity and low air circulation. While powdery mildew rarely kills plants, it can weaken them and reduce their productivity. Blossom end rot, despite its name, is not actually a disease but rather a physiological disorder caused by a calcium deficiency within the plant. It appears as a dark, sunken, leathery spot on the blossom end of the fruit. Blossom end rot is often triggered by inconsistent watering, fluctuations in soil moisture, or excessive nitrogen fertilization. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, as the saying goes. Taking proactive measures to prevent pepper problems from arising in the first place is far easier and more effective than trying to control them once they've taken hold. One of the most effective ways to prevent pepper problems is to choose disease-resistant varieties whenever possible. Many pepper varieties have been bred to resist specific diseases such as bacterial spot, powdery mildew, and various viral diseases. When selecting pepper varieties for your garden, look for those labeled as disease-resistant or tolerant to common pepper ailments. Rotating your crops each year is another excellent preventive measure, especially for soil-borne diseases. Rotating crops helps to break the disease cycle by preventing pathogens from building up in the soil. Avoid planting peppers in the same location year after year. Instead, rotate them with other vegetable families such as legumes, crucifers, or cucurbits. Maintaining good garden hygiene is crucial for preventing the spread of pests and diseases. Remove any fallen leaves or debris from around your pepper plants regularly, as these can harbor pests and pathogens. Disinfect your gardening tools regularly, especially if you've used them on plants that showed signs of disease. Even with the best of intentions and gardening practices, pepper plants can sometimes encounter challenges. From yellowing leaves to stunted growth, various issues can arise, leaving gardeners scratching their heads and wondering what went wrong. This troubleshooting guide will help you diagnose and address common pepper plant problems, getting your pepper patch back on track for a bountiful harvest. So let's dive in. If you notice yellowing leaves, possible causes include overwatering, underwatering, nutrient deficiency, pest infestation, or disease. The solutions? Check the soil moisture level, adjust watering as needed, fertilize with a balanced fertilizer, inspect for pests and treat accordingly, and identify and address any potential diseases. Now, if you see leaf curl, it could be due to aphid infestation, viral disease, herbicide damage, or environmental stress. To solve this, inspect for aphids and treat with insecticidal soap or neem oil. Identify and remove any virally infected plants, avoid using herbicides near pepper plants, and protect plants from extreme temperatures and wind. For stunted growth, the culprits might be cold soil, compacted soil, nutrient deficiency, root damage, or disease. The fixes here are to wait for soil to warm up before planting, amend soil with compost to improve drainage, fertilize with a balanced fertilizer, inspect roots for damage, and address any potential diseases. Finally, If you're dealing with blossom drop, it could be caused by extreme temperatures, inconsistent watering, poor pollination, or nutrient deficiency. The best solutions are to protect plants from extreme heat or cold, maintain consistent soil moisture, hand-pollinate flowers if necessary, and fertilize with a balanced fertilizer. After weeks of tending to your pepper plants, watching them grow from tiny seedlings into robust fruit-bearing wonders, the moment of truth has arrived. It's time to harvest your pepper bounty. Knowing when and how to pick your peppers at their peak of flavor and texture is key to enjoying the fruits of your labor to the fullest. The first rule of pepper harvesting is simple: patience is a virtue. Peppers, unlike some other vegetables, continue to ripen after they've been picked. However, allowing your peppers to fully ripen on the vine allows them to develop their full flavor potential, and often results in sweeter, more flavorful fruits. Most pepper varieties will signal their ripeness with a change in color. Bell peppers, for example, transition from green to their mature colors of red, yellow, orange, or purple. Hot peppers often turn from green to red, orange, or yellow as they ripen, although some varieties, such as jalapenos, are often harvested while still green. When harvesting your peppers, use a sharp knife or pair of pruning shears to cut the fruit from the plant, leaving a short stub of stem attached to the pepper. Twisting or pulling the peppers can damage the plant and reduce its productivity. With a basket full of freshly harvested peppers in hand, the culinary possibilities are endless. From adding a touch of sweetness to salads and stir-fries to spicing up salsas and sauces, peppers are incredibly versatile ingredients that can elevate countless dishes. Freshly picked peppers are at their peak of flavor and texture, offering a delightful crunch and a burst of flavor that's simply unmatched by their store-bought counterparts. Bell peppers, with their sweet, juicy flesh, can be enjoyed raw in salads, sliced for dipping, stuffed with savory fillings, or grilled to perfection. Hot peppers, on the other hand, add a fiery kick to dishes, their heat levels ranging from mild to scorching, depending on the variety. Jalapenos, with their approachable heat, are a popular choice for adding a touch of spice to salsas, guacamole, and chili. Experiment with different pepper varieties and preparations to discover your favorites. Roast peppers to enhance their sweetness and bring out their smoky depth of flavor. Pickle peppers to preserve their crunch and add a tangy twist to sandwiches and charcuterie boards. As much as we'd love to enjoy fresh peppers year-round, the reality is that the pepper growing season is finite. But fear not, pepper enthusiasts. There are several effective methods for preserving your pepper harvest, allowing you to savor their flavor and versatility long after the gardening season has come to an end. Pickling is a popular method for preserving peppers, especially hot varieties. Pickled peppers add a tangy, spicy kick to sandwiches, tacos, and charcuterie boards. The pickling process is relatively simple, involving submerging peppers in a brine solution made with vinegar, water, salt, and often sugar and spices. Drying is another excellent way to preserve peppers, especially for making pepper flakes, powders, or for use in long simmering stews and chilies. You can dry peppers in a food dehydrator, in a low oven, or even just by stringing them up and hanging them in a well-ventilated area. Freezing is a quick and easy way to preserve peppers, although it can slightly alter their texture, making them softer and more suitable for use in cooked dishes. Before freezing peppers, wash them, remove the seeds and membranes, and slice or chop them as desired. Spread the peppers in a single layer on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and freeze them until solid. Once frozen, transfer the peppers to freezer-safe bags or containers for long-term storage. Saving seeds from your favorite pepper varieties is a really rewarding practice that allows you to preserve unique and flavorful heirlooms for future generations. Imagine just for a second the satisfaction of growing peppers from seeds passed down through your family, or maybe sharing your prized pepper varieties with fellow gardening enthusiasts. When saving pepper seeds, it's essential to choose seeds from open-pollinated varieties because, hybrid varieties just don't breed true from seed. Open-pollinated varieties, on the other hand, will produce offspring that closely resemble the parent plant. To save pepper seeds, select fully ripe, healthy peppers from your most productive and flavorful plants. Cut open the peppers and scoop out the seeds, spreading them on a plate or a piece of paper towel to dry. Allow the seeds to dry thoroughly for 1 to 2 weeks in a well-ventilated area, turning them occasionally to ensure even drying. Once the seeds are completely dry, store them in a cool, dark, dry place in airtight containers, like envelopes, paper bags, or glass jars. Be sure to label the containers with the variety name and the date the seeds were harvested. Properly stored pepper seeds can remain viable for several years. In regions with mild winters, or for those of you with a sunny windowsill and a green thumb, overwintering pepper plants opens up the possibility of enjoying these flavorful fruits year-round. Overwintering involves bringing your pepper plants indoors before the first frost, and providing them with the conditions they need to survive and thrive until spring. Before bringing your pepper plants indoors, inspect them thoroughly for any signs of pests or diseases. Treat any existing problems and prune back any dead or diseased branches. You can also reduce the size of your pepper plants by up to 1/3 to make them more manageable indoors. Choose a sunny location for your overwintering pepper plants, such as a south-facing window that receives at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. If natural light is limited, you can supplement with artificial grow lights. Reduce watering during the winter months, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. Peppers need less water during their dormant period, and overwatering can lead to root rot and other problems. As we reach the end of this comprehensive guide to growing peppers, we hope you feel inspired and empowered to embark on this rewarding gardening adventure. From selecting the perfect varieties to nurturing those tiny seeds into bountiful, fruit-bearing plants, growing peppers is a journey filled with learning, discovery, and the sheer joy of reaping what you sow. Remember, every garden, every plant, and every growing season is unique. There will be triumphs and setbacks, moments of awe and moments of frustration. Embrace the journey, learn from your experiences, and never be afraid to experiment. As you savor the flavors of your homegrown peppers, whether it's the sweet crunch of a bell pepper in a salad or the fiery kick of a jalapeno in your favorite salsa, take pride in knowing that you've cultivated these culinary gems with your own 2 hands. Happy growing! Standing in your thriving pepper patch, take a moment to appreciate the journey, from tiny seeds to a vibrant garden. The air is filled with the aroma of ripening fruits and the hum of pollinators. With care and patience, you've cultivated an abundance of flavor and nourishment. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a beginner, the rewards go far beyond the harvest. It's about the joy of nurturing life and witnessing nature's bounty unfold. As you admire your pepper plants laden with ripening fruits, just take a moment to reflect on the intricate and interconnected stages of the pepper growing cycle. A fascinating journey that began with a single seed and culminated in the abundance before you. Each step in this cycle played a crucial role in shaping the flavor, texture, and overall success of your pepper harvest. It all started with those tiny seeds, each one a vessel of potential, holding within its delicate shell the blueprint for a future plant. You carefully sowed those seeds indoors, providing them with warmth, moisture, and light, coaxing them to life and nurturing their growth until they were strong enough to face the challenges of the outdoor world. Once the threat of frost had passed and the soil had warmed to a welcoming temperature, you transplanted those tender seedlings into their final growing locations, whether it was a sunny spot in your garden or a spacious container on your patio. You meticulously prepared the soil, ensuring it was well-drained, fertile, and rich in organic matter, providing your pepper plants with the ideal foundation for growth. As your pepper plants grew taller and stronger, you diligently watered and fed them, providing them with the essential nutrients they needed to thrive. You monitored their progress closely, watching for signs of pests or diseases, and took swift action to address any challenges that arose. Your dedication and care transformed those once tiny seedlings into robust, fruit-bearing wonders. Gardening is a dance between art and science, a balance of intuition, observation, and knowledge. As you grow peppers, you'll face both triumphs and challenges. Embrace each season as a chance to learn, refine your skills, and connect with nature. Every garden is unique, so approach each challenge as an opportunity to grow, right alongside your plants. With a basket brimming with freshly harvested peppers, it's finally time to transform those vibrant fruits into culinary masterpieces that both tantalize the taste buds and nourish the body. The flavors of homegrown peppers are honestly a testament to the care and dedication you've poured into your garden, offering a depth and complexity that's just unmatched by their store-bought counterparts. Imagine the satisfying crunch of a freshly picked bell pepper, its juicy flesh bursting with sweetness, as you toss it into your favorite salad. Picture the smoky aroma of roasted poblano peppers filling your kitchen as you turn them into a flavorful chili relleno, their earthy flavor really enhanced by the charring of the grill. And for those who crave a touch of heat, wow, the possibilities are endless. Dice up some jalapenos to add a fiery kick to your salsa, pickle them for a tangy, spicy treat, or string them up to dry and make fiery pepper flakes that'll bring a burst of flavor to your favorite dishes all year round. But you know, the true joy of cooking with homegrown peppers goes way beyond just taste. It's about engaging all your senses in the experience. The vibrant colors of your peppers, from the deep green of unripe bell peppers to the fiery orange of habaneros, add a visual feast to your plate. The fresh, earthy aroma of peppers being chopped or roasted fills your kitchen with anticipation, and the crisp snap of a fresh pepper as you bite into it is a reminder of that special connection between your garden and your table. Gardening, while it's often something we do alone, really takes on a whole new dimension when it's shared with others. As you bask in the abundance of your pepper harvest, maybe consider extending the joy and bounty beyond your garden gate by sharing your harvest and your hard-earned knowledge with friends, neighbors, and your community. Sharing your homegrown peppers is a gesture of generosity that's sure to be appreciated. Just imagine the delight on your neighbor's face as you hand them a basket of freshly picked peppers. Their vibrant colors and intoxicating aroma, a real testament to the care you put into your garden. But, beyond just sharing your harvest, think about sharing your gardening knowledge too. Offer seedlings to aspiring gardeners, share your tips for successful pepper growing, and have conversations about the challenges and triumphs you've experienced in your garden. By sharing your knowledge, you're not just spreading the joy of gardening, but also helping to build a sense of community and connection. And hey, consider donating some of your pepper harvest to local food banks or shelters. These organizations are always in need of fresh produce, and your contribution will provide nutritious and flavorful meals to those who need them the most. As the days grow shorter and the first hints of autumn begin to paint the landscape, it's time to say goodbye to another pepper growing season. But even as you clear away the last of the pepper plants and prepare your garden for its winter slumber, take comfort in knowing that this isn't really an ending. It's more like a pause, a time for reflection and renewal before the cycle starts all over again. As the last of the leaves fall and the ground grows cold, tuck away the memories of this past season's triumphs and challenges. Maybe jot down some notes about what worked well and what you might want to do differently next time. Order seed catalogs and start dreaming about the new pepper varieties you'll experiment with next year. The beauty of gardening is truly in its cyclical nature, in the promise of new beginnings and the opportunity to learn and grow with each passing season. So, as you bid farewell to your pepper patch for now, do it with a heart full of gratitude for the bounty it provided and the lessons it taught. Rest assured that when the days grow longer and the warmth returns to the soil, the call of the garden will beckon you once more, inviting you to begin another pepper-growing adventure filled with the promise of continued growth, flavorful discoveries, and the simple joy of nurturing life from seed to